Welcome to my channel. This is Sana reaching you live from London. Guys, I appreciate your contribution and your comments. Let it keep coming in. Make sure you leave your comments, your likes, spread the news. Please show your contribution in this wonderful channel. It's our community. It's your community. Let's all build this together. And this is reality TV. So, I mean, there's nothing as real as this. And today, I've been ruminating on, I've been walking around and saying things and all that, especially during this lockdown. And let me just digress in my African cultural language. And Modupe, Toripe, and Kansiwa, Lori, Etoyi, Amayini Munshi, Ejo, Eba Gbilaruge, Etoyini, Etowane, Eja Gbilaruge. Comment commenting who are appreciated. Subscription who are appreciated. Share news, spread around. The better collaborate now. I'm more than happy. Like to collaborate with anybody to buy a nick attention over to Feka buying Bilaruge Niloimbu. I'm more than happy to assist. Back to the topic of today. Now, like I said, guys, I've been walking around and observing things. I'm an observer as a blogger. And I've been observing the society and I see how things go, especially during this lockdown or if there's any pandemic or natural disaster. And I look at how the churches and the mosque, how relevant are they to our society, to our community? Because a lot of people are very, very religious. We know that. A lot of people are very, very religious. It's just very few that will say they are free thinkers. Even if they are free thinkers, they still have the sense of humanity. But then, especially the most popular religious groups in our society is Islamic religion and Christian religion. And as a theologian myself, I've been looking into what's the relevance of church, what's the relevance of mosque to our society, which one is doing most, which one is actually serving the society, which one is actually serving the purpose that they are actually created for, which one is meeting the need of the society they are in. That is my concern. And if you have any comment on this, don't hesitate to actually leave your comment down below. Let's carry on. Christian religion, even in time past, Jesus Christ, that is the founder of Pentecostal movement and all this Holy Ghost, this thing. In his days, he never really had a church. These days, you have too many churches, too many. Name it. Even every street that you go to, even in London here where I live in, every street that you go to, you see one church springing out. Even there are some church buildings that you have 2-3 different churches using that same building. Every nook and corner, every shops, you see one church or the other. But are they really serving the community? There are a lot of cathedrals, big cathedrals. Even some cathedrals have been bought over by the pub. And they turn to theater houses. Why? Because it's an element that they're not really serving that community that they are in. It's the relevance that we're talking of these faith groups to the society that they live in. But when you look at the mosques around us, even in Brixton here, the local mosques, I can count 3 to 4 mosques just around Brixton area that homeless people can actually walk into there and they give them food. They don't need to be a member. They don't even need to be Muslims. They give them food. They give them, they shelter them. A lot of people have issues. Especially during this pandemic. A lot of people lose their houses. They lose their jobs. They can't even feed their kids. But they walk into some of these mosques and they feed them. Some of them sleep in that mosque to even go to work. Many people that have issues in their families and everything, they actually can walk into any of the mosques and they actually get that support that they need. Simple support, food on the table. Because you can, I know of a lot of my mates, a lot of my friends that they're not actually Muslims. I'm a Christian myself, and salam alaikum to all my Muslim friends, but I'm not biased about any religion. What I'm saying is the relevance of the religion to the society that they live in. That's my concern. How relevant is that religion? That a lot of Christians, even in their neighborhood, they worse than the criminal in the prison. Absolutely. They worse than the criminal in the prison. They lack care. They don't even have human care. They're not the time that you can depend on. They can disappoint you. Some of them are they even backbite at work. They are the one that you see in all those troublemakings. And some of our Muslim sisters and brothers, they are the one that will even support you at work. They will give you support. They will give you backing. I remember when I was to be made supervisor at my workplace, it was actually a Muslim sister that recommended me. It was a Muslim sister that recommended me, and a lot of the people that actually support me, even in progressing from a supervisor to a manager in that store, they're some of the Muslim sisters and brothers in that organization, which is actually quite surprising. Whereas in some of the Christian brothers and sisters that are there, they're the one that is saying that when did he join this organization, they're the one that were backbiting. They're the one that will not even do the job that is they're allocated. And you call yourself a Christian. So how much more now the church that is in that neighborhood, are they really serving the community? A lot of churches are even locked up during the week. When you call some pastors, you call them to pray for you. They just want you to come to the service. All their concern is about filling their own purse. All their concerns are filling their own purse, not serving the people that actually have a need. And that's a great concern. That's a great concern, because if statistics even shows that most Islamic religion is even making more wave than many other religions, even in our society here. And that's how this me as a Christian, really. A lot of churches are even closing down. Why? Because they're not really serving. They were not really serving the community. Most of these Muslim gatherings, it's just donation from even within their members that they're using in running most of the programs that they are running that is relevant to the society. You have even one after-school club that they run. They have programs for every age group throughout the week, and that is relevant to the community that they're serving. They really serve. Even some of the women that are single parents or singles or people that don't have a job, they create some trade for them. I know of a group that they have sewing machines that they put there, and they can learn simple trade so that they can even set themselves up. And they support each other, and that's it. There's that support network. They have any issue, there's someone in the group that will actually come and give free support, unbiased free support. And you don't really have to be Muslim to merit this. But where's our Christian brother? Where's Christianity? Christianity has been getting irrelevant even in the society that we live in because of the attitude of most Christians. And that even start from the head, the pastors. A lot of pastors are nothing to write home about. There are a lot of pastors in England here that they are in prison because of what they've done. Embezzling the money of the church, sleeping with some of the church members, and all sorts of things that is not even heard of in a normal society. How much more, and as a Christian that's supposed to be an ambassador of Christ? Guys, please, Christians, we need to wake up. And kudos to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. I'm not saying that they're perfect, but what I'm saying that Islamic religion and Islamic groups and mosques are getting more relevant in serving the community that we live in than most of the Christian churches that we see around. Because the Christian churches, they just having mega churches and mega churches and mega churches. They turn into business these days. They turn into business. You can't even walk up to any pastor and say, "Oh, pastor, please, I need money to eat," and he put his hand in his pocket and give you. Most of them wouldn't do that. But you see some of the Muslim brothers and sisters, they will gather money together to support each other. I know of someone even in our neighborhood that the woman passed away, and it's actually the mosque that put money together, right? They put money together and gave this woman a befitting burial in the church. How about that? Even I did the video coverage of that event, so it's not hearsay. And I keep them anonymous. It was a Muslim brother that knows their grandmother that actually volunteered to raise money from all the different mosques, and they gave this woman a befitting burial in the church. Can you imagine? That's we're talking about relevance of your religion to the society that you live in. So it's high time Christians wake up and start becoming more relevant. Let people start to know your impact in your workplace, in the neighborhood that you live in your marriage. There's a need for that relevance of your religion. Your religion needs to actually show the effect on your marital life. Like all pastors, their wife cannot even advise them on simple things. They're not loving. They're not caring. They're not supportive. So what are they going to be preaching in the church? So if they can't even look after their own home, how can they look after the community that they live in? Most of them are becoming irrelevant even in their own home. You have even a lot of pastors kids committing crime, smoking crack and everything. Why? Because the parents, the so-called father or the mother that calls himself a pastor is irrelevant. He's irrelevant in the house. He doesn't even start that church in that home. So there's a need for Christians to wake up. Let's stop playing church. Let's start serving people. It's high time we bring church to the people. You don't expect people to come to the church if they don't know what they will benefit from it. Life is about give and take. People want something. People are in need. And even with this pandemic, even the needs of people has really increased. The needs have increased. Lots of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people have lost their businesses. A lot of businesses are folded up completely. Even big business. How much more small business? People are suffering. You can see suffering in the face of a lot of people. And it's sad. You can see suffering in the face of people. So you as Christian, this is an opportunity for us to now start to create an avenue where we can become relevant to our community, where we can start serve the community that we are in. That's your purpose of Christianity. That's what Christ actually came to preach. But nowadays, the church actually lost the focus. They're fighting among each other. You see some pastors, when they come on pulpit, they're just cursing the other pastor, talking about the other church, talking them down. Hey, he has stolen my own members. He's stolen this and that. He thinks he's bigger than me. They're competing with aeroplanes and jet that they have. Yes. They're talking about their own wealth. Wow, that's sad. Huh? So how many people, how many regular people even can boast of even having a car? How much more pastors now having jets, aeroplanes, and competing, and the church member that they are actually supposed to be serving, yeah, they can hardly afford a bicycle. Some can hardly afford to pay their own rent. It's sad. It's high time we start to become relevant. Be relevant to your society. Even I've heard of a case of a church that they even sack some of their pastor because they're not making much money for the church. How sad is that? I mean, that's ridiculous. The point is for the church to serve the community. I mean, I remember I was in Nigeria during the pandemic, and it's like we cooking food for everybody around us. Every day, people come to have free meals. That's what I see as Christianity. That's what I see as Christianity. Because people are suffering. And they don't even know where the next meal will come. And that is even happening in England here. Many people don't even know when the next meal will come. A lot of people are gone to the food bank to collect food, which is a shameful thing when they are salary earners and the salary is gone. Some they have to even cut their salary if they want to keep their job. So please, this is a good opportunity for churches to start becoming relevant. It's not just about playing church and looking for ways of having your own mega church and start boasting of it. That's pride. That's not Christianity. Jesus accepts every people, harlots, taxpayers, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So and pastors are now even boasting of how many kings come to their own church. Wow, how weird is that? How weird is that? Oh, how many kings come to my church? So it's become their church and their God and the other one's God. What God are you serving? What God are you serving? What's the relevance of that to even Christianity in the first place? They've turned it to their own thing. It turned into business enterprise. So you have to buy ticket before you come to church to listen to garbage. It's even better that you even sit down by the television, and enjoy the TV than even listening to some of the garbage that some of these ones preach on the pulpit. It's sad. It's really sad. I mean, it's better. I prefer even giving alms to the poor that know needs it than donating money in the so-called church. Because I know where it's going. It's just like, the clip I did on beggars on the street. Because I don't want to encourage, crackheads. I don't want to encourage someone that will spend the money to buy crack cocaine or whatever. The same thing applies now. I'd rather give my money to someone that I know that is hungry, that need to be fed, that couldn't take their own children to school and support that couldn't pay the house rent, than giving it to a pastor that will just use that money to just show off that it can buy jets. It's got its own aeroplane. It's got the best aeroplane in the world. And it can buy limousine. Now. So, how relevant is the church now to the society? Because mosques are getting more relevant. They are getting more relevant. And that's why a lot of people start converting to Islamic religion. A lot of people are converting. Even a lot of these black Americans that want to trace their roots and everything. Some of them end up converting to Islamic religion because they get that support from that group and from the sect. So it's high time Christians start to wake up. Let's start becoming relevant to our society that we live in. Let's become relevant. And charity begins at home. Become relevant to your wife and kids. And salam alaikum to all my Muslim friends. Well done to what you are doing. Well done, my brothers and sisters. Well done to my brothers and sisters. Muslims, brothers and sisters. Well done to all the job you're doing. Please keep on doing this good job because you are very relevant to the society that we're living. Just keep on being yourself. And please, my Christian brothers and sisters, pastors, deacons and deaconesses, all you title holders in church, it's high time we wake up. It's high time we wake up. Stop pursuing titles. Stop pursuing building. Church is not about the building. Church is about human beings. Relate to the next person. Don't point finger to other people, because you point one finger to others, the other four is pointing to you. Remember that. So sort yourself out first. Let's clean our house. Let's start to make ourselves relevant. Let's start taking the church to the people. Because people are no more coming to church because the church is not fulfilling their needs. Let's take the church to the people. Enough of playing church. Enough of playing tribes. And that's another weird part. You go to Ghanaian church, they only speak Ghanaians and they are friends to the Ghanaian friends. You go to Yoruba church, you only speak Yoruba and they are friends to the Yorubas. And it goes across like that. People pray tribalism, nationalism, and all that shit. I mean, now there's a need to actually wake up. There's a need for a change. There's a need for that revolution and revival in the churches and start becoming relevant. So I thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. So please leave your comments down below. If you also have concern, just like I have this concern, please leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel. Spread the news. Put your likes. Let's build this community together. And compliment of the season to all our Christians. It's Christmas now. Christmas time. We are in the Christmas season. So compliment of the season. And please don't overspend, don't over budget. Call your coat according to the size of your cloth. It's very, very important. You don't need to throw big parties. This is a time of goodwill. You can actually do good to people around you. Let them feel your presence as Christians. Be relevant. Feed the poor, And please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel and then leave your comment down below. And any other topic that you think I need to handle, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment side. And if you want to collaborate, I'm more than happy to actually collaborate with you. Just leave your comment, send me the message. I'll be prompt to actually respond to you. Thank you very much. This is Sana reaching you live from London. Peace out.